My name is Amanda Dumenigo, and I am the chairperson of SOSVV, Save Our St. Vrain Valley. I live in Hygiene, right over there, and behind me is some of the project area that Martin Marietta Materials intends to gravel mine, up to 640 acres. And included in that is our beloved eagle nest that would require a takedown or a disruption of nest permit. And these fields over here as well, extending to 66. It's a patchwork quilt of up to 640 acres. And we are here to advocate for the St. Vrain Valley, for the wildlife, for the residents. There's a lot of health impact issues, and conditions have certainly changed in 20 years. When this permit was approved, Google was operating out of a basement apartment in California. So I think everyone can agree that Martin Marietta really needs to reapply for a new permit, because there's been changes in technology and conditions and information.
And what will happen to this field behind you?
Well, they would mine, they would do deep pit gravel mining, so all the greenery will be gone, and it would be huge pits that would later get filled, presumably with water, which we saw did not work very well during the historic 2013 floods. Previously mined ponds in the valley ruptured, and it led to flooding in non-floodplain areas of Longmont. It destroyed Hygiene Road. We saw what happened in Pella Crossing, which cost taxpayers $3 million. So the 2013 floods also proved that it's not safe to have these pits in the valley. We are in the 100-year floodplain. We have a wonderful geologist who studies the Hygiene Hogback Formation, which is 60 million years old, and this was the bottom of the ocean. When the Rocky Mountains came up, then this valley was created. But floods are not a rare phenomenon. Land use classifies this area as a moderate hazard zone geologically, where all intensive uses should be discouraged. And that was the classification, but post floods, we think everything needs to be reevaluated for the safety of the residents in the valley and the wildlife and the property values.
And you're worried about the health effects of this mining. Describe that for us.
Well, according to OSHA, fugitive dust events and crystalline silica, these micro-nanoparticles cause cancer. They actually use the term cause cancer, and many other lung issues. They're too fine to see. It's impossible to control the wind out here. I joke that I live in Hygiene, Wyoming, and we have video, and we get amazing winds of up to 50, 60 miles an hour on any given day. I think that's uncontrollable. But even under not those extreme weather conditions, which we do have, it's still exposure for anyone who recreates in the valley, anyone who lives in the valley. And that's in addition to the habitat loss. It's very dangerous for residents to be exposed to these kinds of industry byproducts.
And personally, how do you feel about the fact that this may all be gone?
Oh, it's devastating. Yeah, I think I grew up in a city, so I don't take these spaces for granted. And this is quite arguably the last river valley in the Front Range. It would be a tremendous loss for future generations. I wanted to raise my children in a more natural environment, and that's why we moved out here.